Hi everyone, welcome back to our week 2 video class 2 we're working on this week and you will be submitting for your video assignments. So let's go ahead and jump right in and we're going to open up your book to page 30. So this is in our unit 2 on this idea of. And so over here on the top of page 30, we're just going to play this harmonic intervals exercise, okay? So we're going to start in a C with both hands. And a C5 finger scale means that I place my right hand thumb on C and my left hand pinky on C. So I should have the notes C, D, E, F, G in my right hand and C, D, E, F, G in my left hand, okay? And so we're going to go ahead and start at the beginning of this exercise, and we're going to be playing from a second all the way up to a fifth with the right hand, and then a second down to a fifth with the left hand. So let's go ahead and give this a try. 1, 2, ready, go. Second, third, fourth, and second, third, fourth, fifth. This time, I'll say it with the finger numbers. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 1 and 4, 1 and 5, left hand, 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 1 and 4, 1 and 5. Beautiful job. So let's go ahead and give this one a try. G5 finger position. So for a G5 finger scale, we're going to place your right hand thumb on G and your left hand pinky on G. Okay? So you should have G, A, B, C, D, right hand, G, A, B, C, D in the left hand. And we're going to do the same thing. 1, 2, ready, go. Second, third, fourth, fifth, left hand. Second, third, fourth, fifth. Perfect. Say it with finger numbers now. Ready, go. 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 1 and 4, 1 and 5. Left hand, 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 1 and 4, 1 and 5. Beautiful job. So on the bottom of this page, you guys should have gone through in class naming these intervals, so writing down the actual number name of each interval. A great idea would be to go through and play those now using the finger numbers that they suggest. Right? Of intervals, but also reading finger numbers and making sure that you are playing these with the exact finger numbers that they specify. If you do that, that will be a really, really good use of your time just to play through those really quickly, finding the notes and the finger numbers. And then we're going to go ahead and move on to page 33, which is miniature waltz. And in class, you guys should have also gone over writing in the interval names below the left hand. So what we're going to do all together here is practice this one hands separately first, then playing it hands together. So we're going to try left hand first. Something really important when you practice hands separately is that you do count through the rests accurately. I know it seems kind of like a pain in a song like this where we have kind of some measures of entirely rests, but you actually build muscle memory when you rush through the rests. If you play, you're going to build muscle memory in your left hand that's the pacing of it, but if you actually count through the rest, it'll make it even easier for you. So let's go ahead and give this one a try from the beginning with our left hand, and I will say the intervals out loud as we practice the left hand together. 1, ready, go. Rest, 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 rest. second, second, rest, 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 third, third, fourth, hold, fifth, hold, fourth, hold, rest, fifth, fifth, rest, 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 second, second, rest, 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 third, 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 two, three, fourth, three, D, D, C, B, G. Excellent job. So go ahead and play that a few times. You can definitely try it slower than that the first couple of times that you need to practice. And again, make sure that you're counting through the rests. You could try doing this when saying the note names out loud, saying the finger numbers out loud, whatever practice strategies you think would work for you until you feel really comfortable playing the left hand alone. One thing that a lot of people sort of think is that, okay, once I've gotten, I can kind of, like fiddle my way through the left hand. Okay, now it's time for me to add the right hand. It's very difficult in this early phase here to overdo the hand separate practice, especially if you're coming from an instrument background where you're maybe not used to having to use both hands at the same time. That's one of the most tricky things for a lot of people to do. So the more you can get one hand moving on autopilot, you know it so well, so fluidly, the easier it really is going to be. So let's go ahead and give the right hand a try now. And for this one, I'll say our note names out loud as we go. Okay? 1, ready, go. B, C, D, A, hold. Hold, A, B, A, G, hold, A, B, C, B, C, D, C, B, A, B, hold, B, C, D, A, hold, A, B, A, G, hold, D, C, B, C, B, A, B, B, A, G. Great. So again, go ahead and practice hands separately until you feel very confident playing both hands separately. Another good thing to sort of look for is trying to be able to play both hands without having to look at the hand while you play. So making sure that you can play each hand separately while only looking at your music. And again, the earlier you kind of emphasize this, the better. So, and again, with the right hand, a great way to practice this would be to maybe say the counts, say the finger numbers, etc. That would be an excellent way to practice. And whenever you're ready, here is how it will sound. We'll put it all together. 1, ready, go. Wonderful. And then just notice right at those very last 2 measures, it's just a little bit trickier when the last 2 measures, you're playing in the same direction, but it's not actually the same notes. So on this place right here, you're playing a B with your right hand and a D with your left hand. Some places people see that and they just want to immediately jump to playing the same note names, but they're not actually the same notes right there, even though they're going in the same direction. So excellent job. Keep up the great practice on that one, and also focus on adding in the dynamics, the crescendos and diminuendos, the ritardando at the end to make it very musical as well. So let's go ahead and turn the page and look at page 34, which is minuet. And we're going to go ahead and give this one a try, looking at just our left hand alone. Very, very, very simple. We only have G and D in the entire left hand part, the entire thing, one at a time even. So it's going to be very, very, very simple. So you're going to start with your left hand thumb on G, and we're going to go ahead and play through this left hand part. And you can go through and practice. You can tap the rhythm out if you need to. You can also say it with the note names out loud. For our practice right now, let's try saying it with the finger numbers. And for practice, we won't do it with the repeats, but when we do the whole thing, both hands together, we'll do the repeats. 1, ready, go. 1, 1, 4, 1. Notice this next line is exactly the same. 1, 1, 4, 1. Next line. 1, 4, 4, 1. Bottom line is exactly the same as the first. 1, 1, 4, 1. Excellent. Now we're going to go ahead and give a try on the right hand alone. And again, you could absolutely go through and tap the rhythm out loud. It would be a great idea. Tap or say the rhythm out loud. And then maybe also give this one a try saying the note names out loud. For this one, again, for our practice right now, we're going to use the finger numbers. Also, I would encourage you to really quickly just note which lines of the music are really, really, really similar. Take a quick peek at that for a second, and then we'll kind of talk that a little bit. So we notice that lines 1, 2, and 4 are really similar. They each have a slightly different little thing at the end. Lines 1 and 2 end differently, and then line 4 has that little embellishment instead of just the straight. But in structure, they're really, really, really quite similar. So that's just something to notice that actually makes it a little bit easier. So we're going to go ahead and try this one, saying our finger numbers. 1, ready, go. 5, 5, 5, 3, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, 3, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1. Next line. 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 4, 4, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, 3, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1. Great. So go ahead and continue practicing each hand until you feel very confident. Something that you may want to do also that some people just kind of struggle with, especially in 3/4 for some reason, is finding out where the right hand and left hand line up. So figuring out which notes get played at the same time. Where the left hand. And that could just be just gonna stop right there just to show you an example. You could do something like this and just draw that this note sounds together, these notes sound together, and so on. If you find that you're having trouble kind of getting your right hand and left hand synced up, you could definitely try that. So we're gonna go ahead and I'll demonstrate how it will sound with both hands put together. I'll do it a little bit faster than you even need to worry about playing it. I say this all the time, but when we're looking at like, is it fast enough, whatever, I'm just looking for evidence that you prepared, that you practiced. So if something is a little bit under tempo, but it's very clear that you know the notes, that you've practiced this, that maybe you're getting some of the nice little articulations and dynamics in there, then that's just fine. If it's really fast and everything is, like not correct and, there's little fumbles all the place and it's, very clear that maybe you don't really know this very well, then that's not going to be any better than if you just did it slowly. Together, we'll go ahead and play this one with repeats. 1, ready, go. And repeat. And next. And repeat. Beautiful job. So again, continue practicing that one using any of the strategies that we have talked about until you feel like you really are comfortable with that one. And then we're going to go ahead and move on to our reading exercises on page 36 and 37. The whole point is for you to kind of get a sense of how to look at a line of music, how to sort of think about what you need to do, and then play this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically talk through some practice strategies for this, and then I'm just going to demonstrate what it's going to sound like. That way you can kind of check yourself and make sure that you are doing it correctly. So a couple of things to definitely pay attention to take, maybe just and count out loud. Then go in and make sure that you're looking at your starting hand position and your key signature. Those are two really important things. I'll say it again, starting hand position and key signature. If you get those two things really solid, you should be good to go. And then play it out loud, maybe saying your finger numbers out loud, and then play and your note. You do that, totally good to turn any of these in for your video assignment. So you're just going to turn in one of these reading exercises. So you are going to choose which one you want to do, and then those strategies, and then so I will go ahead and just give you a quick demonstration of each of them. Starting with the first one on page 36, our can-can here. So just to give you an idea, starting hand position should have my right hand thumb on D and my left hand thumb on C. My starting note being that G in my left hand with finger 4. We also have a first and a second ending here, and we went over how to do that last week, but just review that if you need to. We also have F sharps, okay, and we're going to have just one of those in the right hand. So just look out for that one. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Play the first ending. Back to the beginning and perfect. So then a great idea to do would be to circle a third. Is this the only way to circle a third, fourth, and fifth? We're going to take number 2 on the bottom of page 36. And for this one, go ahead and start out. Find your starting hand position with each hand and the starting notes for each hand. Think about your key signature, maybe circle the accidentals that you're going to have, the B flats that you're going to have in this one. And then in this example, you're going to circle a third, a fourth, and then we'll go ahead and give this one a quick try. And for this one, you're going to place your right hand thumb on an F and your left hand pinky on an F. Your left hand thumb would be on a C. And your first note is a F with your right hand, and then on the second one, you go to an F with your left hand. So we would call this an F C5 or an F 5-finger scale right here, because we've got our F, G, A. Careful for the B flats, B flat, C in both hands. Okay. Also careful for that fermata in measure 6 of this one right here. Remember that means that we're going to hold the extra time. So let's go ahead and give this one a try. Once you've got that all sort of introduced, here's how this is going to sound. 1, 2, ready, go. E flat. Left hand. Excellent. So again, maybe give this one a try, saying the finger numbers out loud, tapping the rhythm, saying the note names, and that should get you really, really prepared for that one. Here is the next one that we have. And for this one, you're going to start with your finger 4 on C in the left hand. So finger 4 on C for the left hand. Finger 1 on D for the right hand. 1 on D for the right hand. And we have no sharps and no flats in our key signature. So let's go ahead and give this one a try. 1, ready, go. Right hand. Beautiful. So that one's really cool. Again, you might want to tap through the rhythm, say it out loud with the finger numbers, or say it out loud with the note names. This one would be a great one to practice saying the finger numbers because it's just a little bit different. We have like a slightly unconventional hand position. So that would be a great one to practice saying the finger numbers out loud to make sure that you're staying right on track. And then number 4, we're going to move down to a G with our 5th finger of the left hand. And it's going to be the G that's 2 below middle C. So if middle C is right here, it's this G, not this one. This one down here. Okay? And then we're going to move our right hand up to starting with our finger 5 on the D that's above middle C by 2. So not this D, but this D right here. So it should be a G position in both hands with that extra space in the middle, okay? So let's go ahead and give this one a try. We have F sharps in our key signature, but we don't ever actually have an F sharp that we even have to deal with. So let's go ahead and give this one a try. 1, 2, ready, go. Great. So again, with this one, maybe tap the rhythms, say the finger numbers out loud, say the note names out loud. This one would be a great one to try with the note names. Since we're a little bit lower and higher in each hand, that'd be a great way to work on your reading. So let's move on to the last one. And for this one, we're in a 6/8 meter, so just be aware of that with the counting. We're starting with our left hand finger 5 on F and our right hand finger 5 on C. So we're in that F 5-finger position with both hands. Be careful for the B flats in our key signature. So let's go ahead and give this one a try. Here we go. 1 and 2, ready, go. One, flat. Right hand. Great job. Very, very nice. So again, go ahead and continue your practice with all of those, and you'll choose which one you want to turn in for your video assignment. But I would absolutely, of course, encourage you to practice all of them, as they will be really, really helpful if you practice each one of them and give that all a try. And then we're going to move over and we're going to look at the harmonizations that we have at the top of the page. So basically, harmonizing is where we add an accompaniment part. In this case, it's in our left hand to complement the right hand melody. So in this case, we're going to harmonize each of the melodies. We have the melody in our right hand by playing harmonic fifth on the first beat of every measure. So you're basically going to replicate this first measure, where you have this part right here. You have that fifth, open fifth in the left hand. You're going to play this in each measure at the beginning of each measure, okay? So you can have those all written in, like actually write in that fifth in the beginning of each measure. That could be helpful. Could be good practice, just writing down the notes and everything. But it's not necessary to do that if you don't want to. If you feel like you can just kind of play that at the beginning of each measure, that'd be great. You might want to circle where, or draw a line, hand and right hand will stop. So maybe just draw a line on the first beat of each measure to show you that that's where you're going to play your left hand. So just going through, taking a look at the first beat of every, show you that that's where your left hand and right hand are going to line up. So let's go ahead and practice it just like that. You might want to practice this. I mean, it sounds kind of silly because of how simple the left hand is, but you could absolutely practice this hand separately and just go through and make sure that you feel really comfortable playing that left hand, that you've got those notes really solid. Maybe play the right hand melody all alone. Try doing the right hand melody, just saying the counts out loud, doing the rhythm, saying the finger numbers, saying the note names, etc. So we'll go ahead and do this one with both hands together just to give you a demonstration. And then we will go ahead and move on to the next one. So here's the first one. 1 and ready and go. 1 and 2 and 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 then we'll go ahead and take a look at the next one. So that first one, we were in that wide-spaced G position, and then we're going to come to an F position with both hands. Careful for your B flats in this one. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent job. Very, very simple on those. One thing that you could do if you wanted to maybe be a little bit creative, try something new, would be to adjust that harmonization pattern in the left hand. Try playing it on every beat in the first one. You could try doing something like that. You could try separating the notes. You could totally give that a little bit of creativity, maybe do something a little bit different and see what you like and see what sounds cool to you. And then we'll go ahead and finish up by talking about your weekly 5-finger patterns and technique exercise that we're going to do. This we're going to turn over page 60. And so for this, we're just going to be looking at the first, for the 5-finger patterns here, we're really just going to be looking at these first 3 measures of each example, okay? So all you really have to do is look at this pattern, and then we're going to replicate this on the different groups of notes that we have. So let's start by playing this one in C, and we're going to do it a couple of different ways. I'm going to say the half steps and whole steps, then the finger numbers, then note names, okay? And I would definitely recommend that in the beginning you do practice it this way. It will really be helpful and will really ensure that you know the note names, that you're familiar with the patterns, and it will make it a lot easier to learn the 5-finger patterns that are a little bit more difficult. So we're going to do, for this week, we have C, G, and D. And so we're going to start with C. And in class, you guys should have filled out that little paper keyboard or that little keyboard blank image for these 5-finger patterns so that you know which notes you need to use for each of them. So we'll go ahead and start with C. So kind of find right hand thumb on C, left hand pinky on C, C 5-finger scale. And here we go saying our half steps and whole steps, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. Starting whole, half, half, skip, 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 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 5, 3, 1, 2, rest, rest. Now note names and ready, go. C, D, E, F, G, F, E, D, C, E, D, E, C. 2, rest, rest. Now you may notice that the rhythm pattern they have specified there is a teensy bit different from what we just did. So they want you to go. But I think that for right now, once you get it really fast, you can absolutely, that would be a great rhythm pattern to try where you do the eighth notes for the 5-finger pattern and the quarter notes for the chord. When we're doing it really at a slow pace, it is torturous to have to go. So you might want to just kind of adjust that rhythm until you're getting it at a really nice quick pace. So let's go ahead and try it now in our G. And for this one, we're putting right hand thumb on G, left hand pinky on G. We're going to do the exact same procedure. 1, 2, ready, go. Starting whole, whole, half, whole, hold, half, whole, hold, skip, 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 skip. Now finger numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 5, 3, 1, and note names. G, A, B, C, E, C, E, A, G, E, D, B, G. And finally, D major. For this one, right hand thumb on D, left hand pinky on D, and then we have our F sharp in the middle. So the notes that we should have should be our D, E, F sharp, G, A. Okay? We'll do the same procedure. Ready, go. Starting whole, whole, half, whole, whole, half, whole, whole, skip, 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 skip. Now finger numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 5, 3, 1, and note names. D, E, F sharp, G, A, G, F sharp, F sharp, A, sharp, D. Perfect. So go ahead and keep practicing those. And that way, using that procedure, again, it's a really, really great way to practice and make sure that as you continue learning more finger patterns, that those are going to be really easy for you. So let's go ahead and move on to the bottom of page 61 for our last little technique exercise here. We're actually going to the 4 measures that you have here. And we're going to notice that we start with our left hand, right, left hand, then right hand, moving up the keyboard. So for the first one, we're going to try it in C. And what you're going to do is you're going to start in that C 5-finger position, like the same place that we started for the 5-finger pattern. And you're going to start with your left hand, 5, 3, 1, right hand, 1, 3, 5. Left hand crosses over to the next higher C and plays 5, 3, 1. Right hand goes up and plays 1 on C. Okay, so here that is again, just one more time. 5, 3, 1. Right hand, 1, 3, 5. Left hand, 5, 3, 1. Right hand, 1. Here's the note names. C, E, G, C, E, G, E, E, G, B, C, and great. So let's go ahead and now give this one a try on G. And for this one, I'm just going to also do this one saying the note names out loud because it's the exact same finger pattern, really exactly the same thing. So say the note names for G, and we're going to start in that G 5-finger scale, moving up. 1, ready, go. G, B, D, G, B, D, G, B, D, G. Excellent job. And then finally, we're going to do the same D 5-finger pattern, D position with both hands. And so I'm going to go ahead and say the note names for this one also. And we'll start from the beginning. Ready, go. D, F sharp, A, D, F sharp, A, D, F sharp, A, D. Beautiful job. So go ahead and give those all finger patterns and the cross-hand arpeggios are going to turn in one of the sight reading exercises and one of the harmonization exercises that we did. So what I want you to do is make sure that you're practicing those technique exercises. This is we're going to do those for a few more weeks. Practice those now and get really solid with those. It's going to be even easier in the next couple of weeks. So play them with the finger numbers, with the note names, and all that good stuff, and you should be super, super solid with that. All right, until, oh my gosh, cat just jumped up here. Next time, have a great week and happy practicing.